So through 4 weeks, what's the most concerning thing that you are seeing with the Browns? And for me, the offenses look bad. But the most concerning thing for me is something I know you talked about on your Locked On Browns podcast. The defense just isn't tackling it, and this defense, until this offense figured it out, you needed to lean on them, and they just haven't answered. They've been better than the offense, but that bar's pretty low right now.
Well, I mean, if you want to look at the offense, you're going to start with the offensive line. I mean, it's, just absolute in shambles what's going on right there. And even where there's times where, they're actually kind of getting, decent pass protection. I think Deshaun has just gotten harassed and, certainly pressured and hit so much. It's almost like he gets himself into a false narrative of whether or not there is pressure or there isn't. And look, it happens to a lot of quarterbacks. Defensively, the defensive line play last year was just absolutely ridiculous. Whether it was, rushing the passer, whether it was stopping the run. And the thing you saw last year is, and I remember week in, week out, man, this defense looks so fast. They look so fast. They don't look as fast this year. They look slower this year. The other thing that you saw last year, it was always helmets to the ball, and it wasn't just one guy trying to make a tackle. It was two, it was three. One was going low, one was going high. And they're just off all around, and there's not a unit on this team right now that you don't believe can play better. The secondary, the linebackers, the defensive line, certainly the wide receivers, certainly the tight ends, the running backs, the quarterback, the offensive line. There's not there's not one part of this team. At times over the last couple of years, or times during this regime of Barry and Stefanski, when this team has been successful, you pointed out 3, 4, 5 units that he said, man, you need this unit to step up, and maybe you have every unit playing collectively well. Right now, you have every unit basically playing, average or below average. And look, it's the NFL. Teams are fired up, and I know the Raiders were missing a lot of talent on Sunday, but that meant other guys were getting the opportunity that they're normally not going to get. So it was a big time opportunity for them. It's a very, very watered down and flawed product right now. Certainly, you did not get the juice to the offensive side of the ball after you made all the coaching changes that you did last year when you did the same thing to the defense and made a lot of changes there, which turned into a really, really strong 2023 for the defense. Defense is slow out of the gate this year. I think they'll improve, but I also think part of the problem for the defense is they're ending up where they're playing a lot more than they did last year. Last year, they led the league in 3 and outs. They were just so quick and so active and so physical. Not really, anything that you're seeing when you put on anything from 2024 to at this point. You're not going to use any of those adjectives or superlatives.